Let him do that. Strange.
Vice Mayor Strange, you'll address her properly.
You can kiss my foot.
Mr. Rickard, you're out of order.
FBI, we are asking you to investigate this council. Please look into this council, how they award contracts, the bid process, how they use their positions to benefit their friends and themselves, how they use their positions to attack residents and critics and neighbors and business competition. FBI, will you please look into this?
And I welcome the FBI here. If you notice, Mr. Thompson, with his plea for the FBI and his watchdog group, this city runs the cleanest in this whole county. I guarantee
He was served a federal subpoena this morning.
We did receive a subpoena this morning, and we're going to cooperate 100% with the subpoena.
And most of you who were involved up here, you gaslighted me. You tried to say I was crazy. And now we know that that's not true. And there's a lot of other issues I've been asking about as well.
The secrecy inside of the city of Panama City Beach continues, and the cover-up continues. Yes, the entire council was subpoenaed by the FBI in 2020. Every member of the council since January of 2016 had their phones searched. The investigation is ongoing. A grand jury found probable cause for public corruption. And so the city doesn't want you to see its public records, emails. Even if you request an email, all the emails, and the only search term is your name. They will try and charge you a prohibitive amount of money so that you cannot see what the city is saying about you. It's against the law. I may have told you, as a matter of fact, I'll show you what I told the council at the last meeting. All right. I made a public record request of 5 different government bodies, the same exact public record request. And you won't believe the difference in the charge. Well, now there's a whole new charge. They want $1,315 for completely redacted emails. I'll show you the invoice. You're really not going to believe this show. You say, Bernie, every time you come on, you say, I'm not going to believe it. And then, damn, you're right. I don't believe it. Before I start, though, I should tell you about tomorrow night. I'd love to see you. Brian Cloudis is running for state representative here in Bay County. He wants to represent, I think it's District 6, which is Panama City Beach, in the state legislature, in the state house. Jay Trumbull, his 8-year term, 4 terms, his 8 years are up. So he terms out. It's the maximum you can serve. So there's going to be an open seat. County Commissioner Griff Griffiths is running for that seat. And so is Brian Cloudis. The primary election is in August. So you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a rhino, an establishment rhino choice in Griff Griffiths. And you'll have a Trump Republican choice in Brian Cloudis. And Brian Cloudis is having a informal get-together tomorrow. And he knew just what to do. He said, Bernie, it's going to be at your old favorite saloon, the No Name. So tomorrow night from 5 till 7 p.m., it's just a come meet Brian Cloudis. And I'll be there as well. If you ever wanted to come say hi to either one of us from 5 to 7, sure would love to see you. Brian Cloudis, by the way, and this again is at the No Name Lounge. It's right at the base of the Hathaway Bridge on the Panama City side. So Brian Cloudis, for example, he wants constitutional carry, right? Griff doesn't. Trumbull doesn't. And Florida needs to get with it on that. And you can find out more of his conservative positions tomorrow if you want to pop by and join us. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been there in a while. I used to live there, frequent there quite a bit about a decade ago. I heard they've renovated it, and it's really nice. So again, that's tomorrow night. Would love to see you from 5 till 7. Come see Brian, and I'll be with him. What does he get? His guest of honor. Never been a guest of honor at the No Name. This is going to be quite special. Would love to see you. All right, let's go to the last city council meeting. This was right after Jeff McConnell, the complete and utter fraud. Should I tell this story? No, I'm not. You know how much of a fraud McConnell is, okay? It turns out he's even more of a fraud than I thought. But I don't want to get into it. So this was right after he said he felt threatened, right? And so once we gained composure in there, I brought up these public record requests. Here's what I told the council.
I want to talk about public records. I've made a public record request several times. I only want emails that have one term in it, and the term is Bernie. You wanted $14,000, and then Councilman Jarman said, why don't you make a more narrow request? So I made the request for February, the term Bernie. You guys wanted $250-some. So I figured, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. So I made the same exact request to 5 local governments, but I changed the term Bernie to DeSantis, right? And all of you gave me about the same amount, about 500 emails. Bay County charged 0 for those emails. Santa Rosa County charged 0 for those emails. Panama City wants $42. Escambia County wants $34. Do you know how much you want? $753 for emails in the month of February with the term DeSantis. Now, do you think that's right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any public comments for this evening?
That was Mayor Mark Money Mover Sheldon. Thank you. $754 or whatever it was for those emails. The next highest city was Panama City. They wanted $43. Now, what did Sheldon have to say about that? Because he did answer whether or not he thought that was reasonable. And I'll show you what he said about it right after this.
Hand caught in the cookie jar? Sometimes bad habits continue even into adulthood. I'm El Saline, 850-215-0628. Let me help you.
Don't let back pain and neck pain get you down. Find relief at Brown Chiropractic Center on St. Andrews Boulevard in Panama City. Dr. Sherry Brown helps people heal naturally with chiropractic adjustments and deep tissue massage. Call 769-3777. So what do you say, Mayor Sheldon? Panama City wants $754 for emails containing one search term, and that's Ron DeSantis for the month of February. Bay County, 0, because Bay County does a good job with public records, actually. Santa Rosa County, 0. Escambia County wanted 34. Panama City wanted 43. Panama City Beach wanted $754. They say they've got to review every single page for 2 minutes. It takes them 1 hour to review 30 pages to make sure there's no sensitive information in any of these emails containing the term Ron DeSantis. Actually, it was just DeSantis. They say the same thing with regard to the search term, Bernie, spelled that way. So it takes them 2 minutes. Now, the person who does the reviewing, they say we have to pay her salary and her benefits, which comes out to about $50 an hour. So in 1 hour, we pay $50 to get 30 pages of public records in a digital format, not even printed. They're charging, what is that, $1.37 a page? Something like that. So here's what Mark Sheldon had to say about that.
And also, Mr. Thompson, yes, I agree on the pricing for our public records. That's in place for a reason, and it's the right reason. And also,
the pricing. He calls it pricing, as though Panama City Beach is a business and that's a product, right? The pricing is right, is what Mayor Money Mover Sheldon says. For the public records, can I just tell you something? A lot of people say, I'm going to show you, by the way, what they want for the fully redacted. I mean, everything. It would look like this. Okay. This I just got. I don't know who this person is. I just pulled this image off the internet to show you what I'm asking for, right? I want the entire page redacted. I only want the top part. And I'll tell you why that was my latest request in a moment. But I want to share a philosophy with you. And it sounds conservative when you first hear it, but it's not. People say, I want somebody in office who's going to run government like a business. And I understand why we say that. We say that because what we're saying is we want them to take care of it, right? We want them to spend as little as possible on, all the stuff to keep a business open. And then we want to provide the goods and services that people want. We want to run it like a business, right? Not like a bunch of bureaucrats. I understand that. Best practices, they call it. But I want to tell you why it is not possible. It is not possible, and it's because of natural incentives, for government to function as a business. It is not possible. I've shared this before. It'll take me about 1 minute. It's one of the best things I've ever explained. I got it from Milton Friedman. This is why you cannot run government like a business. There are 4 ways that you can spend money. You can spend your own money on yourself. And if you do that, you care a lot about the price and you care a lot about the product, the quality, right? It's your stuff, it's your money. There's a second way that you can spend money. You can spend your own money on somebody else, like a gift. And if you do that, you care a lot about the price, but not as much about the quality. It's not your stuff, but it is your money. The third way that you can spend money is you can spend somebody else's money on you, like an expense account. Like when I was in the Air Force and I would go on a TDY, right? I would have an expense account and I'd find myself in the nicest restaurants that I would never go to myself with my own money. And I would buy the most expensive steaks, right? I'd get the best quality. Somebody else is paying for it. And I didn't care as much about the price. The fourth way that you can spend money is the worst. It's when you spend somebody else's money on somebody else, because then you don't have a natural incentive on price or quality. And it's a double whammy when you think that government spends somebody else's money on somebody else for votes. It is not possible to run government like a business. The best we can do is to starve the beast, essentially, to make sure the government has just enough to do what government is supposed to do, not to make us better people, not to create its vision of what a city is supposed to look like and what businesses can operate in there and when you can have a drink on the beach and so on and so forth. That's not the role of government. But you cannot run government like a business. I ask you just to consider that. Now, let's get to my latest public record request. My latest public record request was for this. I want, again, this is just an image I pulled off the internet. I don't know who this person is, but this is what I wanted. I wanted all emails with the search term Bernie in the year of 2017. And you just redact everything, right? So you don't have to search for sensitive information. Everything's redacted. Now, why would I do that? I want that because then I can see who sent the email and to whom and what the subject line is. Okay? That's what I want. Because from there, I can decide which emails I really want. I won't get a whole ream of emails in digital format that are duplicated, right? I would be able to choose. I'm not doing that to be obnoxious. There's actually a purpose, right? That's why I requested that. You know what the city said? Sure, Bernie, you can have that. for $1,315. Look at that. And if you look in the middle of the page, they claim that they need to review every single page, of which there are, how many did they say there were? They didn't put the number on here, but there are, I think it came out to like 900 pages or so. So they say it will take 2 minutes per page at $50. They say it'll take 27, almost 28 hours to look through pages that look like this, 2 minutes per page for sensitive information. Now, is that ludicrous or is that ludicrous? First of all, do you really think it takes 2 minutes per page to look through emails that have no expectation of having any sensitive or confidential information, which is all that statute allows them to do? And statute also prohibits local governments from charging $50 an hour, 2 minutes per page to do it. So the city continues to violate public record law. Is that amazing or is that amazing? See what you're saying about this? Yeah, right. They really, really don't want me to see what they've been saying about me, do they? Yeah. William, that is absolutely the truth. All right, I want to wrap it up, but first I want to say thank you to those of you who sponsor the show and allow me to do this and to try and tell you the truth and report the facts and even lampoon crooked politicians. Thank you for helping me do that.
You want to look good? You want to feel good? Little John's Big and Tall is where it's at. Right across the street from Sky's Pizza Pie, 5700 North Davis Highway. You can find out more online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com. He's also a member of the iTex trading community, where your iTex dollars are welcome.
It's a hot time in Florida, and my friend Ryan could make sure your air conditioning is running at peak efficiency. He could even install a new one, built to a higher standard, American standard. Find out more at pcairrepair.com. If you want to support my work, here's how you can do it. You can become a patron at patreon.com. It's patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. It's just like giving me a tip every month, as little as $5 a month. And thanks to you and thanks to the sponsors, this is known as crowdfunding. That's the only way I'm able to do this, because you know that the local media outlets are public-private partners with local government now. They work together. That's why there is no reporting. And what do I always say? The extent to which there's public corruption is the extent to which there is no reporting. Think about that. That's the absolute truth. Patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. It's anonymous. Nobody will know you're doing it. It is easy, and you can quit at any time. Also, of course, I want to thank the Unknown Patriot, as always, for supporting my efforts. And I want to invite you again to come out if you'd like to meet me and Brian Cloudis, who is running for state representative, somebody who would like to see constitutional carry in the state of Florida. He's running against County Commissioner Griff Griffiths. The seat that they are running for in the Florida legislature is now held by Jay Trumbull, who term limits out. So it's an open seat. If you want to meet Brian or say hi to me, we will be at the No Name Lounge. It's on the base of the Hathaway Bridge, right on the Panama City side of the Hathaway Bridge. We'll be there tomorrow from 5 till 7, very casual. Just pop in, have a sip of apple juice if you would like. 94 proof. It's the only time I get any vitamin C, but I don't want to get into that right now. Let's see what else you're saying. Yeah, it is unbelievable chance, isn't it? I'll say. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see some of you tomorrow night.